All right, peace, abundance to everyone. Much love to everyone. Real talk. Everyone who know they self, who know thyself. Everybody who on that journey to self. Today I came on here to talk about the fact that crossfire karma. That's what I would call it. Being caught in the crossfires of somebody else's karma, for the simple fact that there's a lot of manipulation, smoke screens, and puppeteering going on right now. One person pulls the string and it can pull the emotions of thousands of people. So the internet has made it easy to access other people's minds. It's easier to access their minds. It's easier to access other people's emotions. It's easier to see what someone has going on. It's easier to work up witchcraft and evil eye and evil intentions against someone. Why I say that? Because I just went through somebody having and working up evil intention against me. And I know them. Right now, y'all don't want to get caught up in the crossfire of being in somebody else's karma for the simple fact that they have convinced you that you are fighting for a probable cause. Right? You're going to get caught up in the crossfire doing that. And you're going to end up in a cycle and have to repeat all of this all over again. Let that person deal with their own fights. Let that person fight their own fight. Any person who is trying to get you to work up against somebody else, you're using all your energy to work up against somebody else. Do you see how concerned you are about somebody else? It's crazy. It's really crazy. It's bullying. It's bullying, real talk. And it's lame. It's really lame. It's this energy that is going on right now. It's not even cute. It ain't even cool. It ain't even intellectual. It ain't even wisdom or wise what's going on right now. Make sure us as a collective, we got to be making choices that are for self. And I'm not saying to be individualistic, because this world is already individualistic. Everybody already care about themselves already. But I am saying, like, make sure you don't just be backing anybody in their fights, because not all the time is they fights yours. And they could be fighting for the wrong reason and convince themselves that it's the right reason. And they're just scared, and they've probably got revealed in many signs and synchronicities that, hey, no, what you're doing is wrong. It's becoming a problem. And instead of listening to it, they're so ego-driven, they're so stuck in pride, and they don't want to be wrong, that they stay fighting. It just gets worse and harder and harder. And there is some people that, some beautiful lights, some beautiful beings who I see about to get caught up in the crossfire of a war that y'all was not meant to fight. Y'all wasn't meant to fight that war. The war is learning yourself, is self. Yes, we got oppressors, but we was never supposed to fight these oppressors. We do it in a different way by saying our affirmations, going outside, eating better, taking care of ourselves. You take care of yourself good enough, that's how you get them really pissed off. And if we unify in taking care of our bodies, our minds, our emotions, and learning emotional intelligence, as well as more than just informational intelligence and knowledge, we actually learn wisdom through our experiences, and we learn our lessons from our experiences. There's a lot of bullying and just tag teaming going on right now, you know, and it's not fair. It's not fair at all. It's not justice. That's not justice. People attacking other people is not justice. And I had to learn that. It ain't justice. It's just not. It's wrong. And you can't lie. Whenever you attack somebody, you always felt it. Because we are not meant to be like that. We are not people who are like that. So the fact that we have a lot of spiritual leaders and gurus attacking other people for no reason, just because of what they have interpreted through their experiences, is wrong. It's genuinely wrong. And they can't sit there and pretend long enough that they don't feel the effects of doing so, of separating the mass. You're going to see it. You're going to just look in their eyes. And when you look at their eyes, you can see that they're soulless for real. You can see the stress, the tiredom, the thoughts that are running them insane. I've been narrating this whole time, and these so-called leaders have been just following what I say. And what I mean by that is, before I was more fiery in my videos. I'm more upset because it's just like, really, bro? Like, I'm so tired of y'all pretending. It's so annoying now. I'm now at the point where it's like, you're gonna do you. But is it really necessary to tear down other people? Is it really necessary to gain money and popularity and basically gang stalk a person? Is it really okay to go against another person's belief to the point where you're tearing them down? And you started it. Is that really okay? But then in the same sentence you say that you're not tearing somebody's beliefs down, but you're doing that same exact thing. Most of these leaders are doing the same exact thing. And it's sad. It's sad. Got other folks tearing this man down, tearing other people down. This is not cool. That's not cool, bro. No cool points for that. And actually, you're about to see, a lot of y'all are about to see real soon that y'all don't want to get caught up in the crossfires of somebody else's karma because you think that that person is right, or because that person is telling you one part of the story, and you can only perceive so much with that one part of the story, with paper and knowledge and information versus what actually really happened and occurred, what people actually experienced. So it's to a point where if you're not vibing off of love, and I don't mean only love, like, oh, it's only like love in the world, and I mean peace and love, and just wisdom. The wisdom to understand that all people they have the willpower, and some activate their willpower, and some deactivate their willpower. And some walk around this world thinking that they have the willpower and they're using it, but they're not. They're being fooled to use their willpower on something that is mundane, that has no purpose. So that's all I had to come here and say. Basically, like, do not get in the crosshairs of another soul's karma because you believe in that soul so much. That's when you are starting to get out of yourself. When you can't discern you and what you're saying and what you feel and what you see. You know what I'm saying? So that's not to denote anybody and their teachings, because the teachings is the information has validity. It has validity. Real talk, like, it's valid, but is it all? Compared to experience, versus the real of what things are, your perspective of what things are. Knowledge is a very little part, a very little key, because before knowledge, we was getting everything through via we was like computers. So, you know, who inputted the knowledge into the computer? It would be like a godlike engineer, right? The godlike engineer put the knowledge or whatever the information and the zeros and ones inside of the computer, right? All right, so it's like your higher self or the God or whatever you want to call it is putting this hardwiring into your brain, into your computer, and you processing it. And every time that you ignore yourself, every time you don't listen to yourself, every time you go against self, you're not listening to God. So it's all about going within. It's all about self, knowing yourself. You know, that's what I mean. Not just being selfish. I mean, because the more you give, the more you are given. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not talking about selfishness, but I am talking about being able to know oneself and listen to oneself and hear oneself and know intuition versus doubts, fears, etc., you know, and also not getting caught up in, like I keep saying, another man's karma, because you never know how many things they did behind the scenes that they're not telling you, and then you get caught up in the crossfires of whatever they have going on because you thought it was righteous, and now you're caught up and you can't get out this karmic cycle, and it's another 7-9 years that go by and you lost a lot of time, and you're looking up and people who was telling you that what you're doing is not right. You're going to be jealous, you're going to be upset, or you're going to feel left out. So either you can choose to listen or you can choose to damn yourself. Damn yourself by proxy, by association. You don't want to be like that, bro. So that's all I'm saying. Don't damage yourself. Don't catch karmic retributions via an alliance. Don't get karma via an alliance, a fake, faulty alliance that you think is righteous. Because that karma real. It's universal laws you can't ignore. It's universal things that are being done that they're breaking the law. Universal law. Some of these spiritual gurus and people and establishments are breaking spiritual laws. So whatever's coming for them, if you standing in their way trying to protect them, and you trying to uphold whatever they preaching and whatever, you real life gonna get hit like an arrow. It's gonna hit you. And you gonna get crossfire because you was stuck in the way. You trying to, no, my master, no, you can't shoot him. And they say, boop. And then after they hit your ass, reload, boop, take out the next one. Spiritually, all spiritually, metaphorically is what I'm speaking on. So I'm saying, like, it's a lot to really think on. It's really a lot to do. You really have to be isolated and be okay with being isolated. You really have to be okay with listening to your intuition and being called crazy, being called mad, all this. It's a lot, but listening to these other people ain't gonna get you nowhere but self. Listen to self and people who know they self. Why would you listen to somebody who can only regurgitate? You know what I'm saying? Y'all see, I barely have I ain't saying I barely have a vocab because I know a lot of words. Do they be popping up when they post to? No, but I know a lot of words, and still, the reason why I still find a hard time saying these words to this is because it's really hard to explain how it is being a part of something way bigger than you, and knowing that the mass is fragile and you have to present yourself a certain way and you have to do a certain thing and say certain things so that the mass is not confused upon anything. And there's people who are out here carelessly moving with the mass, you know? So that's all I got to say. Peace. Love y'all all. Abundance and prosperity.